Now, let me take you to another part. It tells you that man heart was put in it. It let you know that this computer. It let you know that it's in computer age. That's in chapter in the first verse description of this. Now, verse 5, Daniel chapter 7, verse 5. And behold, another beast, it's a second like a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had three ribs in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, Arise, devour much flesh. Now, let's stop right there. Stop right there. Nothing traveled on the side, but he said it was like a bear. This was like a lion. We know a bear is slower than a lion, but what stands this creature? A bear have flat feet, and a bear have ability. He feeds by the water. He goes in the water and he catches fish in the water. So if he's traveling on the side like a bear can't travel on the side unless he's in the water. So this vehicle will symbolize aircraft carriers. By the bear having flat feet, it letting you know the feet, the chariot him had flat feet. So the vehicle that was this vehicle, this symbolized by the bear, was a water vessel, which was an aircraft carrier, which have a flat surface, the same as the flat feet of a bear. That's what God was telling us. But he was just as vicious as a lion because he was a predator. He moved slow, but he saw three ribs in his mouth to let you know that he was a predator that he had killed. But the only way that you could get a rib is the infrastructure of the insword of a vertebrate creature. Therefore, the rib symbolized three kills. First kill was World War One, second kill was World War Two, and the third kill would be World War Three. God was telling us that the time of this prophecy was the beginning of World War Three, which began as a conflict. Aircrafts flying off aircraft carrier in the Mediterranean Sea, having the ability to align. But it was not going to stop there. They were going to think that they were just over there fighting a conflict, but it was going to escalate to a point that they was going to have to use weapons of mass destruction. It was going to be hard. It's going to be hard, just like a beast, with no pity and no mercy. Till at the end, the United States will use nuclear weapons over there in this fight. God was causing this. Let me go a little bit further here. After this, I beheld, verse 6, Daniel chapter 7. After this I beheld, and lo, another, like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given unto it. He despised dominion. This is what he'd been fighting for the first part of the world. The man who was not in the book of life, which was caused by the sons of God, bear children unto the daughters of men, who despised dominion. He said this one was like a leopard. He giving you the characteristics of the general population makeup of the nation in question, who was him. He said, I beheld, after this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl, and beast. The beast had also 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. Okay. The United States have a general population makeup of many peoples and nations and cultures, religions and culture. Well, the general population of the United States of America have the exact similar to as that of the spots of a leopard, where the leopards have as a creature of many spots, but yet none is the exact same replica of the other. None is not exactly the same size. So this will take and compensate. It becomes the symbol of the United States of America with the characteristics of the general population makeup of this year would make this equal with the United States of America. Now, but he said this person, this established the nation, the leopard, the population established the nation. But he said he had two wings. These two are symbols, four wings, and the wings is what you fly with. So each one of these wings will symbolize a flying fighting force. But the United States have the Army, 5 flying forces of the Army, Air Force, Navy, and Marine, which is consistent with the four wings up on the back of this leopard, which is consistent with the United States of America, letting you know that God is talking about the United States of America. But he said the beast also had 4 heads. Each one of these military fighting forces has a commander-in-chief who is the head of each one of those fighting forces. We call them top brass. This would be the top brass of the Army, who is the general, of the commander-in-chief of the Army, commander-in-chief of the Air Force, commander-in-chief of the Navy, and the commander-in-chief of the Marine. These are the 4 heads of brass, which takes you back to Daniel chapter 2, which is, he said the ruler will be, the brass will rule over all of these things. He will be the strategist of the war. Now, verse 7, Daniel 7:7. After this I saw in the night vision, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that was before it, and it had 10 horns. The 10 horns is the infrastructure of the ground troops. The campaign began with a bombing campaign. And once these nations became weak because of these weapons of mass destruction use created by the word of technology, then the ground forces came in, which compensate for the iron legs, which was upon that man who had the head of gold and the shoulders of silver. The legs was the military hardware, which was the iron, the military vehicle. These horns is what ox and rams fight with. So each one of these horns represent a fighting force. If the Army, if the United States had 4 fighting forces in here, then 4 of these horns belong to the military ground forces of the United States of America. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first 4. And you only have 6 more nations left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 other nations was joining the United States of America in this battle. That's what God was telling. If you go back and refer back to St. Matthew's chapter 12, I believe it was, where he said, when he was talking to them, that Satan was going out, and he was going to go out, and he come back, and his place was found clean, and he going to bring 7 more devils in there more greater than them. You notice in the book of Habakkuk and Daniel, the CIA, the Chaldees, was Nebuchadnezzar. God had spoken Daniel, telling Nebuchadnezzar that he was his head of gold, but it tells you in Habakkuk that the CIA went out, but so he would return back with 7 other demons more vicious than he is spoken of in St. Matthew's, I believe, chapter 12. Read 12, 13. That's where you go to and read these here, and this concern the United States of America.